We're assuming you're watching this video because your elementary school has chosen to adopt the new standards-based report card. This video has two purposes. First, we'll explain how a standards-based report card works, especially for parents who are not familiar with a standards-based report card. Second, the video will explain how our new standards-based report card has changed for the better. The Lewis family will help us explain both of these purposes. This is the Lewis family, and like you, they live in the Alpine School District. Their kids go to school every day and do many different things. But how can Mr. and Mrs. Lewis track their kids' progress to know that they are learning what they are supposed to learn? And most importantly, what can they do as parents to help and support them? For generations, schools have given letter grades to tell us how well our children are doing. But letter grades don't give us detailed feedback. It's hard to really know what an A, B, or C means in terms of performance. Susie Lewis got a B in her math class. Mr. and Mrs. Lewis are wondering what this means. It might say that Susie understands math pretty well, or it might mean that she turned in her work on time and did well on her homework, but not so well on her test. She may have even done extra credit assignments or brought chips and salsa to the class fiesta. From this letter grade, Susie's parents are unclear on what her B really means. Mr. Lewis is confused and thinks Susie didn't turn in her homework assignments. And Mrs. Lewis thinks Susie's teacher is just a tough grader. With letter grading, we really don't know for sure. Since feedback is key to learning and shows us progress and how to get better, many schools in Alpine School District have adopted another way to report your child's progress at the elementary school level. The new elementary standards-based report card gives you better feedback on what specifically your child needs to ensure they have mastered the content, with specific feedback for each child on essential standards. Now for Susie, the new standards-based report card breaks down her essential learning standards for language arts and math. Instead of reporting on every standard, the new standards-based report card includes only the essential standards that a student needs to master before going on to the next grade level. All standards will be taught in class throughout the year. However, only the essential standards will be reported on the new standards-based report card. Now for Susie, her teacher gives feedback on how Susie is doing on each of these essential learning standards. Susie's teacher sets goals with her, so she's on target to master the essential standards by the end of the school year. This detailed feedback is really the key to student success. Mr. and Mrs. Lewis will now be able to easily see Susie's strengths and what areas she should focus on. Let's take a closer look. The new elementary standards-based report card is a report that you will receive 3 times each year during each trimester. The first 2 trimesters show you how your child is doing in detail. You'll receive feedback on each essential learning standard so you can see how your child is progressing throughout the school year. Teachers will be able to set goals with their students to help each of them be on track and work towards mastering the essential standards. In the 3rd trimester, the new standards-based report card will tell you whether your child has mastered the essential learning standards by the end of the year. You will also know where your child needs extra help and attention. At the end of the year, the new elementary standards-based report card will give Mr. and Mrs. Lewis a report on how Susie did and the level at which she has mastered the essential learning standards. Just like the Lewis family, parents will be able to get specific feedback for their children on mastering the essential standards for their grade level. For more information, visit alpineschools.org.